Hi, Karen Hadley here from stampingbees.co.nz. Welcome back. So today I thought I'd do something really quite different rather than just a card technique or a card. I thought I'd show you how to use the embossing paste, how to colour the embossing paste, or how I like to colour the embossing paste, and how to make your own stencil. Stampin' Up do put out some beautiful stencils, but sometimes you just want something a little bit different or just a change. So I thought I'd show you how to do that. So I hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to know you're out there. Cheers.
Hi, so the other day I was watching a YouTube clip or might have been a Facebook Live from Angela Maritz Reed, and she was talking about using some of the laser cut paper that we've got for stencils. And I thought, what a fabulous idea. And I had my paste and I hadn't used it for a while. So I thought, oh, fabulous, I'll have a play and let's see what I can do. So I had a fantastic time. I got delayed in all my other jobs, but I had a new life in my stencils and creating some new stencils. And I thought it'd be fantastic to share that with you. So what I'd first like to start off with is to show you on page 181 of the annual catalogue. We do have 4 stencils here that you can buy from Stampin' Up, which are gorgeous. There's a brick, and you can use part of this circle one. You don't have to use the whole thing. You can just use a quarter of it or just the centre. And we have clouds. You can make fluffy white clouds. You have a lattice, which you can put anyway on your project. And we have the brick wall. So lots of options with those, but sometimes, of course, you would like to make your own for a specific design that you're doing. So I will show you a couple of choices. You can start off with just using, and I'll just bring this one over, card. So you can cut out your pattern with your die cut and pop it back into the card and use it from there. I'll show you in a moment when I mix up the paste, but this will probably get you about 8 to 10 uses before the card will get a bit soggy or get too clogged up because it's a bit hard to wash it. So but that's good if you're only wanting to do a couple. And then we also have the window paper. So I don't know if you can see that there. I've die cut the beautiful flourish there with the flower on the end. And that can be used over and over, just as the other stencils. So if it is something that you like to use a lot, you can do it with the window sheet and then keep using it until you obviously need to get a new one, but it will last quite a while. And then Angela had suggested using in the Sailing Home, or Come Sail Away With Me suite, one of the laser cut patterned papers. So I thought, what a fabulous idea. And then I thought, and actually a friend of mine, Claire Allison, said to me, well, I wonder what would happen if you clear embossed it. Would it last longer? And I thought, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I gave it a go. And this is one of the laser cut papers from that set, and I clear embossed it. And I've used it at least 3 times on projects, which I'll show you shortly, and it is still fantastic. So another way to keep your card, if you're wanting to use card or you don't have window sheet, or it's something that's pre-cut like this, you can clear emboss it and it will last you longer. So the paste, the embossing paste, we have shimmery white embossing paste and we have white embossing paste. I like using the white and being able to colour it myself. The shimmery white one is also gorgeous. It does take a little bit longer to dry. This white one does dry very quickly. So as you can see, I've wrapped it. So what I've done is it comes in a little plastic bag. So I keep that And then when I put it away, I also put a plastic sheet under the lid just to keep that extra moistness in, because they can dry out. And I'd not used this for a while, as I say, and went to use it and was very pleasantly surprised to see that it hadn't dried out. So if I can get into it, there we go. So that's the paste. So when you're using it, don't leave it open for too long, because it will, as I say, dry out quite quickly. Now I like to use a block to mix my paste, so you can use it white, but if you're wanting to colour it, I will show you the best thing to do that I find the best for me. Obviously everyone's different. Now the beauty with this paste is it actually goes a very, very long way. So I won't put out too much. And I'll pop the lid back on. I'll pop my bit of plastic on there. And pop the lid on, just to keep it ready. Now what I like to do if I'm colouring is to pop a little bit of colour. Now I don't put the colour directly into the paste, because you don't know how dark or how light you want it. So it is always best to add it a little bit at a time, and then you can darken it, or well, you can darken it but you can't lighten it. So just, this is Granny Apple Green, such a gorgeous green. So I'm just going to mix that up, and it's quite nice. I don't think I want that any darker. Now I've got a bit of scrap paper here. Now of course I'm doing this on camera, so this is never going to go right. The other thing you can do is just use a little bit of washi tape. I just stick it a little bit. You can do that on your pants or just with your fingertips. And I just secure that card there so it's not going to move around. And then I pop the shape back in that I want. Now if you want your paste thick, if you're doing like the fluffy clouds, then you can layer it on thick. But just generally speaking, you only need to put on a very fine piece. Now pick it up on the underneath, because that's the part you're going to be spreading with. Just hold that down and try not to poke the blade into your card, because then it's going to go underneath and make a smear. Mind you, as with everything else with card baking, nothing is a mistake. It's only the beginning of a new creative design. And just take off any waste. And fingers crossed. There we go. Lovely green heart shape. And you can use this, as I say, about 8 to 10 times. But if you want it to last longer, then you just use some clear embossing paste or cut it out of a window sheet. So the window sheet option, I will just do this for you, just to show you what. I'll just do the top of the flower there. Just a thin layer. Oops. And you can just add real dimension and points of interest on your project. Very simple and easy to get any kind of embossing paste design on your project. Now I just wanted to share with you what I used it for in my projects. As I say, I clear embossed this laser cut design out of the Sailing Home suite. Now that suite is on page 144 to 145. And this is from the Memories and More cards. Oops, I'll just get rid of this as well. And that's from the Memories and More cards. And once again, you can order everything with this one order number or individually. There's these gorgeous little trinkets, anchors and steering wheels. And of course, over the page, it has the really large photos of the DSP, the designer series paper, and the stamps. Really good, clear pictures of what they contain. Just love this suite. It is so versatile. I just think you can make masculine cards are so difficult at the best of times. I think because using flowers, etc., is so easy. When you get a set like this that has so many options, it is just very, very exciting. It is just gorgeous. So the cards that I made using this embossing paste, I used the dark navy blue one here, and that's just on the back, just using that one stencil that I made, and the lighthouse and the steering wheel trinket. And the dies even have gorgeous little compass needles in them. I'll leave that one there. And then this one, I made a porthole with a couple of circles and embossed that with some copper embossing powder. And then this is just a card from the Memories and More kit, and the embossing, once again, the embossing paste on the back there with just a little bit lighter this time. And the porthole with the seagulls. And then lastly, I just did one with white only, just a very light card. And I popped the lighthouse on some vellum. And this is just a strip of the designer series paper. And I've used the subtle embossing folder, my favourite, most versatile embossing folder. And the twine. So everything is from the kit, basically, from the suite. So if you'd like to know any more, please don't hesitate to contact me. Please subscribe to my channel so that I know that I've got people out there watching. And I hope there was something here that I was able to share with you that you didn't know before. One quick last thing, actually I forgot to say, if you've got any paste left over, if you store it in an airtight container, you should be able to keep it for a little while to use. A little bit of that paste, as I say, goes a long way. Cheers, have a great time crafting and hope to see you again next week. Bye.